can't you see he took off his comfortable hat and placed himself in iron stocks, giving up cooking utensils, defeating the chatterbox. Though his teacher sets a barrier for him, his feet will tip over everything, even the Buddha. Bodhidharma sits facing the wall. His future successor stands in the snow and presents his severed arm to Bodhidharma. He cries, "My mind is not pacified. Master, pacify my mind." Bodhidharma says, "If you bring me that mind, I will pacify it for you." The successor says, "When I search my mind, I cannot hold it." Bodhidharma says, "Then your mind is pacified already." Mumon's comment: that broken-toothed old Hindu, Bodhidharma, came thousands of miles over the sea from India to China as if he had something wonderful. He's like raising waves without wind. After he remained years in China, he had only one disciple, and that one lost his arm and was deformed. Alas, ever since he has had brainless disciples. Why did Bodhidharma come to China? For years, monks have discussed this. All the troubles that have followed since came from that teacher and disciple. In the time of Buddha Shakyamuni, Manjushri went to the assemblage of the Buddhas. When he arrived there, the conference was over and each Buddha had returned to his own Buddha land. Only one girl was yet unmoved in deep meditation. Manjushri asked Buddha Shakyamuni how it was possible for this girl to reach this state, one which even he could not attain. "Bring her out from samadhi and ask her yourself," said the Buddha. Manjushri walked around the girl 3 times and snapped his fingers. She still remained in meditation. So by his miracle power, he transported her to a high heaven and tried his best to call her, but in vain. Buddha Shakyamuni said, even 100,000 Manjushris could not disturb her. But below this place, past 1,200 million countries, is a bodhisattva, Momyo, seed of delusion. If he comes here, she will awaken. No sooner had the Buddha spoken than that bodhisattva sprang up from the earth and bowed and paid homage to the Buddha. Buddha directed him to arouse the girl. The bodhisattva went in front of the girl and snapped his fingers, and in that instant, the girl came out of her deep meditation. Mumon's comment: Old Shakyamuni set a very poor stage. I want to ask you, monks, if Manjushri, who is supposed to have been the teacher of 7 Buddhas, could not bring this girl out of meditation, how then could a bodhisattva who was a mere beginner? If you understand this intimately, you yourself can enter the great meditation while you are living in the world of delusion. One could not awaken her, the other could. Neither are good actors. One wears the mask of God, one a devil's mask. Had both failed, the drama still would be a comedy. Shuzan held out his short staff and said, if you call this short staff, you oppose its reality. If you do not call it a short staff, you ignore the fact. Now what do you wish to call this? Mumon's comment: if you call this a short staff, you oppose its reality. If you do not call it a short staff, you ignore the fact. It cannot be expressed with words, and it cannot be expressed without words. Now say quickly what it is. Holding out the short staff, he gave an order of life or death, positive and negative interwoven. Even Buddhas and patriarchs cannot escape this attack.
From last night's space on UFO on the U.S. Navy base Crane, where
Basho said to his disciple,
there's an off-world
when you have a
technology
staff,
division
staff,
crane.
I will take it away from you. Moon's coming.
And
Well, that was weird.
When there is no
What?
bridge over the creek, the staff will help me.
So I put in the
When I return home on a moonless night, the staff will accompany me. But if you call this a staff,
hey, what's up, John?
Hey, good afternoon. How you doing?
Good afternoon, man. Sorry I missed your call yesterday.
Yeah, no worries.
Yeah, it was bad timing. I would have definitely liked to speak. I'm glad we can catch up now. What's going on?
Just having a cup of coffee, trying to follow the money.
I know, right? You and me both. I'm doing my 2-hour Maha walk right now. I'm almost at hour 2.
Nice. Are you stretching at all?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, because after you warm up with the cardio, now you got to do some hip rotations and hamstring pulls.
Yeah, I'll definitely do some stretches when I get back to my place. So what'd you call me for? What's going on?
So I've been fundraising on Clubhouse. We've raised $510. We've got multiple Craigslist ads up in Rockford, Peoria, and Chicago trying to find campaign managers. And so I just wanted to chat with you to try to do an X Spaces money bomb for the campaign. And the campaign would compensate you as an influencer. And we can see how much money we raise.
Yeah, I'm interested in that. If you have like a day in mind, let me know, and we can schedule it in advance.
Yeah, and I think any day of the week works. I think maybe 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, Eastern or maybe Central would be best. And then, if we could create an actual event, and the campaign would pay you to do creative in the same way that you do in the past. So, something maybe next week, maybe end of this week. I don't know, whatever your schedule, says.
Okay, yeah, let's get on it. I would love to.
Okay, great. Anybody else in the room who doesn't know me, my name is John. I live in Chicago. I'm running for Congress here in Illinois. And I know Augustus through Clubhouse. And I did a lot of social audio spaces with Augustus with regards to politics, COVID-19 vaccines, and even UFOs.
So maybe the board of directors, we got Lisa Disbrow, John Gucci, Susan Gordon, William Jews, Ryan McCarthy, Scott Morrison, Philip Nolan, Deborah Plunkett, Stanton Slow, and Charles
you will enter hell like an arrow.
ZEWS.
With this staff in my hand, I can measure the depths and shallows
out of that might be something.
The staff supports the heavens and makes firm the earth. Everywhere it goes,
Yeah, they sound
the
like
true
made-up
teaching
names.
will be spread.
They look like made-up people.
Hoan said, the past and future Buddhas both are his servants. Who is he? Moon's comment. If you realize clearly who he is,
I didn't know
it
James
is
was
as
a
if you
female.
met your own father on a busy street. There's no need to...
So, yeah, Black, were you with me space last night about
to ask anyone whether or not your recognition is true.
Wait, what, brother? I think you got drawn up by
Do
a car.
not fight with another's bow
I
and
said,
arrow.
Black, were you in the space
not
last
ride
night about
another's
US
horse.
space crane?
Do not discuss
I
another's
caught it
faults.
maybe about
Do
40
not
minutes into it. I think I dropped
with
it.
another's work.
Nice.
I'm finding a So looks like it's from about 1985. A bunch of
Sekiso asked,
automated, like 38 millimeter firing systems. Just on
Another
the surface
teacher
level,
said,
I'm digging through shit right now.
one who sits on the top of a 100-foot pole has attained a certain height, but still is not handling Zen freely. He should proceed on from there and appear with his whole body in the 10 parts of the
I was
world.
going to ask Black if any of the names that I mentioned have popped up while you're looking at the bases. So
One can continue his steps or
I'm
turn
not seeing
his
too
body
many
freely
names right
about
now.
on the top of the pole.
Like
In
it's
either case, he should be
looks like some
respected.
rescue things.
I want to ask
Because
you monks, however,
the name crane
how will
brings
you
up
proceed from the top
like
of
the
that
Navy
pole?
using cranes too. So I'm having
What
to
happens?
parse through a bunch of shit where it's looks like emergency
The man
services that
who
the Navy
lacks the third eye
provided,
of
and
insight
then a bunch of
will
weapons training,
cling to the
like
measure of
heavy
100 feet.
weapons training that looks pretty
Such a
advanced
man
for like
will
the
jump
Navy.
from there
I just
and
posted
kill
one up in
himself
Pill.
like a blind man misleading other blind men.
Wow.
Tosotsu built 3 barriers
Okay.
and made the monks pass through them. The first barrier
Yeah,
is studying Zen. In studying
so,
Zen, the aim is to see
there's
one's
a,
own true nature. Now,
It's called Green in Illinois. We're in Indiana. That whistleblowers have come forth saying that there were multiple technologies, divisions at this location, and podcasters started to look into it. All have been reprimanded by government entities that have said that it's a matter of national security for them not to continue to talk about this stuff on their podcasts. So naturally, I want to talk about it now. You know, so I did a big space about it last night, and the people who are in the know said to follow the money. So this is kind of like a follow-up space about that. So that's where we're at, investigating this. And yeah, it's truly fascinating.
Cool.
Yeah, as far as like a money bomb goes, to be honest with you, I've been having some difficulty getting a lot of people into an X space recently. It has to be like about a certain topic, and I need to have like certain influencers here with me in order to do it. But like if it's next week, I might be able to get some influencers in on it to help me and get people here. And the only thing is that I don't know if you got like a beef with them or not. Like Maze, don't you have like a beef with Maze?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, so that's gonna be difficult, you know. I'll try my best to help.
You can ask her.
But I
I mean,
don't know if we can raise any money.
you can ask Maze, even though we
Just
have
do it
a.
by myself.
Yeah, I hear you. I mean, you can ask Maze because sometimes if you have a beef with somebody, those make the most interesting conversations. And I promise I'll be a total gentleman. So, yeah, I don't know. I know you're not using Clubhouse anymore, but for the past few weeks, Roger Mayhem, I don't know if you know Roger, but he goes by Mojo now on there. He's been doing money bombs for me and the campaign. And so we raised 510, and some of the biggest haters became contributors to the campaign. So that was, an interesting turn of events, and a lot of the racist bigots and low IQ morons on that app, have essentially started waging war against me, and they're supporting Darren LaHood, who I'm running against. They're creating houses, updating their PTRs. So it's like causing all kinds of chaos in Clubhouse. And unfortunately, some people have been getting doxxed. So Roger had to take a break from the app. Uh, I think he's worried about, his security, or just like causing further tensions. So hopefully he will come back to the app, because he is very knowledgeable of politics and organizing. But we have to get about 30 petition signatures every day leading up to October 27th. So I'm gonna have to, on weekends, go to other parts of Illinois, Rockford, Peoria, and Bloomington Normal, to start gathering signatures. So all the money that we raise will go towards actually hiring people on the ground to get petitions, so we can get on the March primary ballot. Um, but also, I mean, the topics that we could talk about, is the national debt. We could talk about the war in Ukraine, the war in Israel. We could talk about vaccines, and other topics. But anyways, I mean, that if it's like an event that we could plan with a date and a flyer, a profile picture, campaign website, all that stuff, like it's, that type of communication. And if anybody lives here in Illinois, please hit me up, send me a message. I'd love to chat with you if you're available over the next couple weeks to maybe do some petition signatures.
Okay, thanks, man. Can you guys hear me still?
Yeah, boy, you sound good.
Nice. I just went in the elevator. Yeah, okay. Sounds good. Welcome on the stage, Tyler.
Hey, Augustus. How you doing, man? Sorry I missed your space last night. Can you give like a minute and a half synopsis of what you found and what you're trying to do?
Yeah, we just seen that basically
Where is your true nature?
forward-facing
Secondly,
information
one realizes
about
his own
what
true nature.
the base does is basically they're like, yeah, we do electromagnetic weapons, we do direct energy weapons, thermonuclear weapons.
Now, when you shut the light from your eyes and become a corpse, how can you free yourself? Thirdly, if you free yourself from birth and death, you should know where you are. Now your body separates into the four elements. Where are you? Umon's comment: whoever can pass these three barriers will be a master wherever he stands. Whatever happens about him, he will turn into Zen. Otherwise, he will be living on poor food, and not even enough of that to satisfy himself. An instant realization sees endless time. Endless time is as one moment. When one comprehends the endless moment, he realizes the person who is seeing it. A Zen pupil asked Kenbo, all Buddhas of the 10 parts of the universe enter the one road of nirvana. Where does that road begin? Kenbo, raising his walking stick and drawing the figure 1 in the air, said, here it is. This pupil went to Umon and asked the same question. Umon, who happened to have a fan in his hand, said, this fan will reach to the 33rd heaven and hit the nose of the presiding deity there. It is like the dragon carp of the eastern sea, tipping over the rain cloud with his tail. Umon's comment: one teacher enters the deep sea and scratches the earth and raises dust. The other goes to the mountain and raises waves that almost touch heaven. One holds, the other gives out. Each support the profound teaching with a single hand. Kenbo and Umon are like two riders, neither of whom can surpass the other. It is very difficult to find the perfect man.
I'm reading it real quick.
Frankly, neither of them know where the road starts. first step is taken, the goal is reached.
And you go to her page,
Before
you'll
the
see
tongue
that
is
there's
moved,
like a bunch of
the speech is
posts she
finished.
put up about it.
More than brilliant intuition is needed to find the origin of the right road.
And who are the whistleblowers? Do we have their names?
Yeah.
Anban, a layman's Zen student,
Yeah.
said, Mumon has just published 48
name
koans
is,
and called
I
the
think,
book
like,
Gateless
Anderson?
Gate. He criticizes the old patriarch's
Randy
words and
Anderson.
actions. I think he is very mischievous. He is like an old donut
Saying
seller
he's
trying to
saying
catch a
why
passerby
do
to
they think
force his
there's an
donuts
off-world
down
test?
his
Like,
mouth.
the whistleblowers
The
that are
customer can
coming
neither
out
swallow nor
when they
spit
say
out the
that,
donuts.
like,
This
why
causes
do they
suffering.
say that?
Mumon has annoyed everyone enough.
Because
So I think I shall
he's
add
blowing
one
the
more
whistle
as a
as a
bargain.
first-hand
I
experience.
wonder if he himself can eat this bargain.
Like a
If he can and
first-hand.
digest it well, it will be fine. But if
So he's
not,
getting
he'll
down.
have to put
He's
it back
getting
in the
down.
frying pan
Yeah.
with his 48 also and cook them again.
Well, shit, does he want to do a
You
space?
eat first before someone else does. Buddha, according to a sutra, once said, Stop,
I don't think I can hear Augustus.
do not speak.
Are you there?
The ultimate truth
Are you there?
is not even
In
to
the
think.
elevator.
Oh, he's in an elevator, okay.
Amban's comment. Where did that so-called teaching come from? How is it that one could not even think it? Suppose someone spoke about
Hopefully we
it,
don't
then what
crash.
became of it? Buddha himself was a
It's
great
30 second timer.
chatterbox,
Oh, actually, we
and
would
in this
crash if
sutra
there's no
spoke
co-host.
contrarily.
If there's no co-host,
Because
then
of
that
this,
he goes,
persons
it's all
like
gone.
Mumon appear afterwards in China and make useless
Here's
donuts,
Augustus.
annoying people. What shall we do after all? I will show you. Then Amban put his palms together, folded his hands, and said, Stop, stop, do not speak. The ultimate truth is not even to think.
Yo, can you hear me
And
now?
now I will make a little
Yeah,
circle
welcome back.
on the sutra
Yeah,
with my finger and add
Yeah,
that
let me
5,000
go.
other sutras and Vimalakirti's Gateless Gate are all here. If anyone tells you fire is light, pay no attention.
I wanted to make you an
When two
offer.
thieves
I
meet,
have.
they need no
You know how
introduction.
Diligent does those
They
spaces
recognize
where he
each
has
other
Grok
without
like
question.
do a bunch of research for him. He just asks Grok questions and it digs into it and gives him the answer. And have you heard that at all, or you're not really going to his space?
I've seen it like once or twice, but I don't really go into his spaces.
Okay. Do you want? I have one of those bots. It's connected to. I have Grok, ChatGPT, and I also have Gemini. So I have 3 different ones, and it took a while to figure this out, dude. I had to make a special cable that connects my phone to my iPad, and so it allows like. Anyway, I won't bore you with the details, but basically it was tricky to figure out. But yeah, I mean, if you ever want to use it, I mean, I just built it like 3 days ago, and I'm pretty excited about it.
Let's train it.
What's that?
I said, bring it in. Let's train it.
I mean, I wanted to get Augustus' permission. I mean, it would take over the space a little bit. I mean, it wouldn't have to. What it could be is just
Make sure
a
it's
bot.
grounded, bro.
Yeah,
It's
I mean,
grounded. Will be fine. It won't take over the space. I'll tell it to shut up, and it'll shut up.
yeah. It only responds if I'll unmute it whenever it needs to respond. Just so, do you want me to do that, Augustus?
With this space?
Yeah, to follow. I mean, what we do is we just say, hey, this is the base. We're trying to follow the money. Tell us everyone that's involved in this base, who's in charge of, making financial decisions. Just like do research that way, and then Grok just tells us, does all the research for us, and then I don't know. I just want to offer if you wanted to do it.
Yeah,
It's kind of the lazy way, bro, but it's way faster than the way I was starting us out on.
Right. Well, you can call it lazy or you can call it smart, because it shortcuts a lot of the manual effort. And then when we get to like some serious leads, then we start contacting the right people and, then we do the manual effort at that point. But yeah, let me set it up and let's see if it can like help us out with this, because it can do online research. Like while you ask it, you can say, hey, go online and do the research on this and get.
and the koan. There is a saying in Zen that original realization is marvelous practice. Japanese, Honsho Myoshu. The meaning is that no distinction is to be made between the realization of awakening, satori, and the cultivation of Zen in meditation and action. Whereas it might be supposed that the practice of Zen is a means to the end of awakening, this is not so. For the practice of Zen is not the true practice so long as it has an end in view. And when it has no end in view, it is an awakening, the aimless, self-sufficient life of the eternal now. To practice with an end in view is to have one eye on the practice and the other eye on the end, which is lack of concentration, lack of sincerity. To put it in another way, one does not practice Zen to become a Buddha. One practices it because one is a Buddha from the beginning, and this original realization is the starting point of the Zen life. Original realization is the body, Ti, and the marvelous practice of use, Yun, and the two correspond respectively to prajna, wisdom, and karuna, the compassionate activity of the awakened bodhisattva in the world of birth and death. In the two preceding chapters, we discussed the original realization. In this, and the one that follows, we turn to the practice or activity which flows from it. Firstly, to the life of meditation, and secondly, to the life of everyday work and recreation. We have seen that whatever may have been the practice of the Tang masters, the modern Zen communities, both Soto and Rinzai, attach the highest importance to meditation or sitting Zen, Zazen. It may seem both strange and unreasonable that strong and intelligent men should simply sit still for hours on end. The Western mentality feels that such things are not only unnatural, but a great waste of valuable time, however useful as a discipline for inculcating patience and fortitude. Although the West has its own contemplative tradition in the Catholic Church, the life of sitting and looking has lost its appeal. For no religion is valued which does not improve the world, and it is hard to see how the world can be improved by keeping still. Yet it should be obvious that action without wisdom, without clear awareness of the world as it really is, can never improve anything. Furthermore, as muddy water is best cleared by leaving it alone, it could be argued that those who sit quietly and do nothing are making one of the best possible contributions to a world in turmoil. There is, indeed, nothing unnatural in long periods of quiet sitting. Cats do it. Even dogs and other more nervous animals do it. So-called primitive peoples do it. American Indians and peasants of almost all nations. The art is most difficult for those who have developed the sensitive intellect to such a point that they cannot help making predictions about the future, and so must be kept in a constant whirl of activity to forestall them. But it would seem that to be incapable of sitting and watching with the mind completely at rest is to be incapable of experiencing the world in which we live to the full. For one does not know the world simply in thinking about it and doing about it. One must first experience it more directly, and prolong the experience without jumping to conclusions. The relevance of Zazen to Zen is obvious when it is remembered that Zen is seeing reality directly, in its suchness. To see the world as it is concretely, undivided by categories and abstractions, one must certainly look at it with a mind which is not thinking, which is to say forming symbols about it. Zazen is not, therefore, sitting with a blank mind which excludes all the impressions of the inner and outer senses. It is not concentration, in the usual sense of restricting the attention to a single sense object, such as a point of light or the tip of one's nose. It is simply a quiet awareness, without comment, of whatever happens to be here and now. This awareness is attended by the most vivid sensation of non-difference between oneself and the external world, between the mind and its contents, the various sounds, sights, and other impressions of the surrounding environment. Naturally, this sensation does not arise by trying to acquire it. It just comes by itself when one is sitting and watching without any purpose in mind, even the purpose of getting rid of purpose. In the Soto or Zendo, monk's hall or meditation hall of a Zen community, there is, of course, nothing particularly distracting in the external surroundings. There is a long room with wide platforms down either side, where the monks both sleep and meditate. The platforms are covered with tatami, thick floor mats of straw, and the monks sit in two rows facing one another across the room. The silence which prevails is deepened, rather than broken, by occasional sounds that float up from a nearby village, by the intermittent ringing of soft-toned bells from other parts of the monastery, and by the chatter of birds in the trees. Other than this, there was only the feel of the cold, clear mountain air and the woody smell of a special kind of insects. Much importance is attached to the physical posture of Zazen. The monks sit on firmly padded cushions with legs crossed and feet soles upward upon the thighs. The hands rest upon the left over the right, with palms upward and thumbs touching one another. The body is held erect, though not stiffly, and the eyes are left open so that their gaze falls upon the floor a few feet ahead. The breathing is regulated so as to be slow, without strain, with the stress upon the out-breath and its impulse from the belly rather than the chest. This has the effect of shifting the body's center of gravity to the abdomen so that the whole posture has a sense of firmness, of being part of the ground upon which one is sitting. The slow, easy breathing from the belly works upon the consciousness like bellows and gives it a still, bright clarity. The beginner is advised to accustom himself to the stillness by doing nothing more than counting his breaths from 1 to 10, over and over again, until the sensation of sitting without comment becomes effortless and natural. While the monks are thus seated, 2 attendants walk slowly back and forth along the floor between the platforms, each carrying a keisaku, or warning stick, round at one end and flattened at the other, a symbol of the Bodhisattva Manjushri's sword of prajna. As soon as they see a monk going to sleep or sitting in an incorrect posture, they stop before him, bow ceremoniously, and beat him on the shoulders. It is said that this is not punishment, but an invigorating massage to take the stiffness out of the shoulder muscles and bring the mind back to a state of alertness. However, monks with whom I have discussed this practice seem to have the same wryly humorous attitude about it which one associates with the usual corporal disciplines of boys' boarding schools. Furthermore, the Soto regulations say, at the time of morning service, the dozing ones are to be severely dealt with the keisaku. At intervals, the sitting posture is interrupted, and the monks fall into ranks for a swift march around the floor between the platforms to keep themselves from sluggishness. The periods of Zazen are also interrupted for work in the monastery grounds, cleaning the premises, services in the main shrine or Buddha hall, and other duties, as well as for meals and short hours of sleep. At certain times of year, Zazen is kept up almost continuously from 3:30 a.m. until 10 p.m., and these long periods are called session, or collecting the mind. Every aspect of the monks' lives is conducted according to a precise, though not ostentatious, ritual, which gives the atmosphere of the Soto a slightly military air. The rituals are signaled and accompanied by about a dozen different kinds of bells, clappers, and wooden gongs, struck in various rhythms to announce the times for Zazen, meals, services, lectures, or Sanzen interviews with the master.
Alright, this feels almost illegal to know, but our windows were so old and just desperately needed to be replaced. So I called a few contractors, but they all quoted me a hefty $10,000 or more for new windows, and I almost lost it. That's when my friend, who's a realtor, stopped me and said, if you're a homeowner and your windows are older than 5 years, you might qualify for this new 2025 window replacement service. At first it sounded too good to be true, but it turns out he used...
The ritualistic or ceremonious style is so characteristic of Zen that it may need some explanation in a culture which has come to associate it with affectation or superstition. In Buddhism, the 4 principal activities of man, walking, standing, sitting, and lying, are called the 4 dignities, since they are the postures assumed by the Buddha nature in its human Nirmanakaya body. The ritualistic style of conducting one's everyday activities is therefore a celebration of the fact that the ordinary man is a Buddha, and is, furthermore, a style that comes almost naturally to a person who is doing everything with total presence of mind. Thus, if in something so simple and trivial as lighting a cigarette, one is fully aware, seeing the flame, the curling smoke, and the regulation of the breath as the most important things in the universe, it will seem to an observer that the action has a ritualistic style. This attitude of acting as a Buddha is particularly stressed in the Soto school, where both Zazen and the round of daily activities are not at all seen as means to an end, but as the actual realization of Buddhahood. As Dogen says in the Shobogenzo, without looking forward to tomorrow every moment, you must think only of this day and this hour. Because tomorrow is difficult and unfixed and difficult to know, you must think of following the Buddhist way while you live today. You must concentrate on Zen practice without wasting time, thinking that there is only this day and this hour. After that, it becomes truly easy. You must forget about the good and bad of your nature, the strength or weakness of your power. In Zazen, there must be no thought either of aiming at Satori or of avoiding birth and death, no striving for anything in future time. If life comes, this is life. If death comes, this is death. There is no reason for your being under their control. Don't put any hope in them. This life and death are the life of the Buddha. If you try to throw them away in denial, you lose the life of the Buddha. The three worlds of past, present, and future are not, as is commonly supposed, stretched out to inaccessible distances. The so-called past is the top of the heart, the present is the top of the fist, and the future is the back of the brain. All time is here in this body, which is the body of Buddha. The past exists in its memory, and the future in its anticipation, and both of these are now. For when the world is inspected directly and clearly, past and future times are nowhere to be found. This is also the teaching of Bankei. You are primarily Buddhas. You are not going to be sheer irrelevance. To think that one must grasp or not grasp, let go or not let go, is only to foster the illusion that the ego is real, and that its machinations are an effective obstacle to the Tao. Beside the spontaneous functioning of the unborn mind, these efforts or non-efforts are strictly none. In the more imagistic language of Shinran, one has only to hear the saving vow of Amitabha, and to say his name, the Nembutsu, even just once, without concern as to whether one has faith or not, or as to whether one is desirous or not. All such concern is the pride of the ego. In the words of the Shinshu mystic Gijinbei, when all the idea of self-power based upon moral values and disciplinary measures is purged, there is nothing left in you that will declare itself to be the hero. And just because of this, you do not miss anything you hear. So long as one thinks about listening, one cannot hear clearly. And so long as one thinks about trying or not trying to let go of oneself, one cannot let go. Yet whether one thinks about listening or not, the ears are hearing just the same, and nothing can stop the sound from reaching them. The advantage of the Koan method is perhaps that for general purposes, the other way is too simple and too easily subject to misinterpretation, especially by monks who might all too readily use it as an excuse for loafing around the monastery while living off the donations of the devout laity. This is almost certainly why the emphasis of the tongue masters on not seeking gave way to the more energetic use of the Koan as a means of exhausting the strength of the egoistic will. Bankei's Zen without method or means offers no basis for a school or institution, since the monks may just as well go their way and take up farming or fishing. As a result, no external sign of Zen is left. There is no longer anything to warrant the Buddha. And this is necessary for the Bodhisattva's task of delivering all beings, even though it runs the risk of mistaking the finger for the hook. Zazen and the Koan. There is a saying in Zen that original realization is marvelous practice. Japanese, Honshu Myoshu. The meaning is that no distinction is to be made between the realization of awakening, Satori, and the cultivation of Zen in meditation and action. Whereas it might be supposed that the practice of Zen is a means to the end of awakening, this is not so. For the practice of Zen is not the true practice so long as it has an end in view. And when it has no end in view, it is an awakening, the aimless, self-sufficient life of the eternal now. To practice with an end in view is to have one eye on the practice and the other eye on the end, which is lack of concentration, lack of sincerity. To put it in another way, one does not practice Zen to become a Buddha. One practices it because one is a Buddha from the beginning, and this original realization is the starting point of the Zen life. Original realization is the body, Ti, and the marvelous practice of use, Yu, and the two correspond respectively to prajna, wisdom, and karuna, the compassionate activity of the awakened bodhisattva in the world of birth and death. In the two preceding chapters, we discussed the original realization. In this, and the one that follows, we turn to the practice or activity which flows from it. Firstly, to the life of meditation, and secondly, to the life of everyday work and recreation. We had seen that whatever may have been the practice of the tongue masters, the modern Zen communities, both Soto and Rinzai, attach the highest importance to meditation or sitting Zen, Zazen. It may seem both strange and unreasonable that strong and intelligent men should simply sit still for hours on end. The Western mentality feels that such things are not only unnatural, but a great waste of valuable time, however useful as a discipline for inculcating patience and fortitude. Although the West has its own contemplative tradition in the Catholic Church, the life of sitting and looking has lost its appeal. For no religion is valued which does not improve the world, and it is hard to see how the world can be improved by keeping still. Yet it should be obvious that action without wisdom, without clear awareness of the world as it really is, can never improve anything. Furthermore, as muddy water is best cleared by leaving it alone, it could be argued that those who sit quietly and do nothing are making one of the best possible sitting and watching with the mind completely at rest is to be incapable of experiencing the world in which we live to the full. For one does not know the world simply in thinking about it and doing about it. One must first experience it more directly, and prolong the experience without jumping to conclusions. The relevance of Zazen to Zen is obvious when it is remembered that Zen is seeing reality directly, in its suchness. To see the world as it is concretely, undivided by categories and abstractions, one must certainly look at it with a mind which is not thinking, which is to say forming symbols about it. Zazen is...
If you have an EBT card, you're leaving money on the table if you skip this under the 2025 Auto Savings Act, starting...
The Japanese master during the Meiji era, received a university professor who came to inquire about Zen. Nani served tea. He poured his visitor's cup full, then kept on pouring. The professor watched the overflow until he no longer could restrain himself. It is overfull and won't go in. Like this cup, Nani said, you are full of your own opinions and speculations. How can I show you Zen unless you first empty your cup? Kudo was the emperor's teacher of his time. Nevertheless, he used to travel alone as wandering mendicant. Once when he was on his way to Edo, the cultural and political center of the shogunate, he approached a little village named Takinaka. It was evening and a heavy rain was falling. Kudo was thoroughly wet and his straw sandals were in pieces. At a farmhouse near the village, he noticed 4 or 5 pairs of sandals in the window and decided to buy some dry ones. The woman who offered him the sandals and seeing how wet he was, invited him to remain for the night in her home. Kudo accepted, thanking her. He entered and recited the sutra before the family shrine. He then was introduced to her children. Observing that the entire family was depressed, Kudo asked, what was wrong? My husband is a gambler and a drunkard, the housewife told him. When he happens to win, he drinks and becomes abusive. When he loses, he borrows money from others. Sometimes when he becomes thoroughly drunk, he does not come home at all. What can I do? I will help him, said Kudo. Here is some money. Get me a gallon of fine wine and something good to eat. Then when they retire, I will meditate before the shrine. When the man of the house returned about midnight, quite drunk, he bellowed, Hey wife, I'm home. Have you something for me to eat? I have something for you, said Kudo. I happened to be caught in the rain and your wife kindly asked me to remain here for the night. In return, I have brought some wine and fish, so you might as well have them. The man was delighted. He drank the wine at once and laid himself down on the floor. Kudo sat in meditation beside him. In the morning, when the husband awoke, he had forgotten about the previous night. Who are you? Where do you come from? He asked Kudo, who still was meditating. I am Kudo of Kyoto, and I am going on to Edo, replied the Zen master. The man was utterly ashamed. He apologized profusely to the teacher of his emperor.
Give you the silver spring high five.
Everything in his life is impermanent, he explained. Life is very brief. If you keep on gambling and drinking, you have no time left to accomplish anything else. It will cause your family to suffer too. The perception of the husband awoke as if from a dream.
I'm wondering if anyone has read the glorious Quran, and if they have, do they think that the glorious Quran is a better alternative to the nothingness of atheism? Thank you.
The glorious Quran. I don't have that version. Who translated the glorious Quran?
I believe it was also Muhammad.
He translated English really well.
John's a troll, but
Yes,
nice,
No.
but a good troll.
again, the message. Yeah, Stephen.
What? He's looking up the Genesis thing.
So the message.
Oh, I thought you were tackling it.
Oh, you want me to do it?
Well, you asked me to go on mute, so you can roast this guy, and I was like, okay, I'm tag teaming.
All right, I got a Bible. Everyone settle down. Right.
Well, I muted myself and everything. It's hard for me to do.
I thought it took you that long to find like the first base. That's like wow. That's so hard.
Hey, is anybody going to answer my question?
Oh,
Which question are we doing?
I asked.
I think neither.
I
I
asked.
think they're
I asked if anyone has read the glorious Quran, if it's a better alternative to the nothingness of atheism.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So we have this intuition that there is a supreme power, and by looking in the universe, we can see that to begin there, we can see complexity that can not happen just by chance. Yeah, we see about this the moral. Okay, I'm still speaking. Oh yes, and we see the moral code that will make people happy. No drugs, no alcohol, no dating. Yeah, marriage, family, peace, love.
I agree with you, man. No dating will make people happy. That's funny.
Alright, well, thank you so much for helping clarify that.
that's
Well,
called the,
then I'd just like to recommend that maybe we should all read the glorious Quran than listening to Roy
You
Voss
have a
or
little voice
Steve
you
and
made too that just
these
patrol
little
it. It's like
atheists who
control
come
the voice,
on
like
here
you're trying to
and
talk
they
about
just
all
waste
that.
all their time talking
I'm
about
gonna
nothing.
troll now.
But Roy Voss has to have a struggle session where he talks about his emotions and his falling out with Andrew.
John, are you running for Congress?
Correct, I am running for Congress.
I'm just curious. When do you plan on actually like people like voting for you?
The March primary.
March, right? Wow, that's pretty soon.
Yeah, we've got 60 days to get about 1,000 signatures. Do you want to donate to the campaign to elect John Kitover to Congress?
I'll sign the signature thing.
Oh no, we need people in the district to sign, sorry. But we do need your money to help get people to sign in the district. A dollar would go a long way for the campaign, just $1. You're
I
gonna,
don't know if I'll
you're
go as
gonna,
far as donating, but
well, you're gonna waste your whole day here on Clown House. That's a lot of money that you waste just being here talking about nothing. I mean, I'm giving you an opportunity to actually change the United States of America and yourself in the process.
Hey, John, are you a Republican?
Correct, I'm running as Republican.
Yeah, because I try to look to support all the Republicans and get as much as them everywhere as much as we need. I had a guy that I was helping out here in Florida. His name was Eric Aguilar, and I think he went up against Aaron Bean against Congress, and he lost. So yeah, and come to find out, Aaron Bean was a what they call those. He was an established Republican. So I try to really put as much as we
I'm
need
running
to.
against an established Republican. The guy I'm running against has been in office 10 years. He's presided over voting for $20 trillion in debt. And he's a vaccinologist who said if you don't get vaccinated, the pandemic will never end. So he put out a lot of fear mongering, and he's skimmed $12 million into his bank account from Fortune 500. So we're trying to defeat him. His name is Darren LaHood.
How much money will you skim if you become? Will you only skim $2 million if you become?
No, I've taken a grassroots pledge where we will take no Fortune 500 donations nor APAC money, unlike Darren LaHood, who's taken over $100,000 worth of APAC money.
Okay. What's the biggest difference? Is that your biggest difference between?
Yes, I'm a fiscal conservative. I don't believe we should keep borrowing and spending $2 trillion a year to fund our government operations when we only take in $5 trillion a year.
Yeah, sounds decent.
So are you ready to give $1 to the campaign right now to change America?
No.
All right, well, thank you very little, Stephen. I'm going to have to move on with my conversation to some potential donors. RPG, are you interested in contributing $1 right now to
Yes,
the campaign?
absolutely. Absolutely. You got a website?
Yeah, link is in the chat.
Okay.
Aren't you going to ask Robert?
Robert, are you interested in giving $1 to the campaign to elect John Kitover?
No, I'm not living in America.
Oh, got it. You can't donate anyways. But Steph, is it Stefan or is it Steven?
Steven.
So Steven, what makes you a psychedelic mushroom?
It's the source of all my spiritual beliefs.
Really, the mushroom?
Yeah.
So, have you ever had a mushroom grow out of your ass?
Yeah.
Yes.
If you included
topic,
Stephen,
yeah, on what?
you put him down.
Of course,
Okay.
not allowed. Yeah.
Okay. Well,
So you see, the people are not close to God. So yeah, their behavior.
Good luck, John.
Good.
Do you think I'm closer to God than John is?
Okay, I don't know. I am not God.
Who do you think is closer to God?
I like you, Stephen. Yeah, I don't know.
I hope it's not if he wins this election, which he probably won't, but if he does, let's hope he's closer to God.
Mm-hmm.
I do like me a
So
fight.
yeah, Stephen, I will ask you a question now that I was asking atheists all the time.
Okay, I'm not
Are you aware of the structure of a bacteria?
The basics.
Yeah, so we have two membranes, and we have nucleus, we have DNA, and we have ribosome that will copy the what?
We have two membranes.
Two membranes.
I thought only plants have the cell wall.
No, so you can check it by yourself. And we have a flagellum that allow the bacteria to move. So
Some have.
this is the simplest form of life that we know. So without God, explain for me, how can this happen?
That's the God of the Gaps. I'm not even going to grace that with an answer. Go look up the God of the Gaps well.
This is not God of the gaps. So I am showing you. No, wait. I am showing you something that cannot happen without a design.
No, you're not.
It's not. Okay, let me ask you another question.
No, let's dive on this because you said specifically what you're telling me is not the God of the Gaps. And I'm telling you, it by definition is the God of the Gaps theory.
No.
Do we know how life came from not life?
Yeah, so we can see that this is impossible without a design. How? Imagine someone tell me, yeah, you explain it. If someone tell me that after a volcano, so the pin form in nature. Bacteria can form.
Don't be so.
Yeah, of course I go to Israel.
Okay, so you didn't come across a Palestinian?
Yeah, in the shuk.
Did he like do something wrong to you?
Nothing at all. We take a cab drive or we go to the shuk.
Did he react like rude with you? Did he just
Not
say?
at all. You know what? One of them invited me to his house. In fact, so I went to his house in an Arab village, and we could barely talk because he didn't speak much English. But he showed me, look at my son. His little son came out 3 years old. I teach him throw stone. He showed me how his kid throws stones. I couldn't believe it.
Oh, Joe, do you hate Hamas?
I'm not kidding.
Do you hate Hamas that exploit? Do you hate Hamas that exploit Palestinians and use them as human shields and political pawns?
I do.
I totally disagree with them, 100%. I disagree with a lot of things they are doing, but I'm not like you. You are off the hook, the IDF for you. For you, you cannot find one single mistake, correct? They are for you heroes, right?
No,
You can do wrong.
mistakes happen in warfare.
No. Mistakes in purpose. Mistake in
Joe, I
purpose.
don't know where you're from, but we come from a free and democratic society with the rule of law and a free market and freedom of thought and freedom of speech. So if somebody does something wrong, they should be punished. It's not complicated.
So they have to be punished too, right? For their
Like I said, anybody, if they do something wrong, should be punished. Very easy.
I'm asking you, did you see they are doing something wrong?
I haven't looked, but if I look and if I see, then I would condemn it.
Yeah, if it's an individual IDF soldier or commander commits fund, and they should be held. They should be held accountable just like anybody else.
There's a code of arms.
And Israel does have a system of investigation. Yeah, critics argue that they don't even go far enough.
So, Joe, I want to call your attention to the Geneva Conventions of 1949 and Fiscal Protocol 1 of 1977. When you jot this down, because that is what recognizes the combatant status of fighters in wars of national liberation, which has 3 qualifying points. And this is a worldwide convention. Distinguishing themselves from civilians, i.e. wearing military uniforms, right? Can't just dress like a civilian.
I mean, I think I'm gonna sorry.
What? Are you just keep getting rid of words? You got rid of black, now you're getting rid of Hebrew, and now you're just an Israelite. Like that's.
When you say black Hebrew Israelite, it's like there's some other Israelites that are black.
Yeah, that's what you named it. We didn't name it that.
No, I don't name it anything. I don't call myself a black Hebrew Israelite.
No, Abba Bivens did. Abba Bivens called it black Hebrew Israelism.
There's no such thing. I don't care
He also fled the country because he was a pedophile too.
Well, I don't care what he was. I'm not talking about him. I'm talking about the term black Hebrew. It's incorrect. There's only Israelites, Hebrew Israelites. That's it.
But
right? There's no such thing.
The founder of Israelites, let's call them Israelites now, because you want to take care of the BH. The founder, you can go back into Web Archive and the Wayback Machine, and you can see that they
of Israelites.
I'm telling you,
No. Jacob, whose name was changed to Israel, is the founder of the Israelites. He's the progenitor.
We're only talking about black Hebrew Israelites. You're always about.
We talk about the Hebrew Israelites. There's no such
thing.
thing.
We're not talking about the Ashkenazi European Jews and the Sephardi Jews. We're talking about black Hebrew Israelism, right?
There's no such thing. Even they're not Hebrew Israelites. They're Hebrew Edomites. They come from Esau.
So is David. So is David in 1 Samuel then.
No, David is from Judah. He's a
person that say he's ruddy, by the way, in that same link.
Somebody listen to this. Since somebody bring up Genesis 25 and 23, you were just there at 25 and 25. You read that. Read Genesis 25 and 23.
There's also another the same link that shows that David was ruddy twice.
Right. It keeps using ruddy. It never says red. But you can act like hold on. You don't understand that.
You gotta be like that. Whatever your name is, okay, I don't think you understand. In the Hebrew, we have one Hebrew word in both verses.
That's what I was trying to say.
Okay. How the English people translate that word, they have all freedom to do that. But in the Hebrew, it's the exact same word. So we're dealing with the Hebrew, not the English word. So don't tell me ruddy and red, because red over here, red over there. No, it's the exact same word.
Okay, so
it means the exact
melanated with those strong red tones, right? Brownish red.
Give me the Hebrew word then.
Can I make my point? All right, so
I don't know what your point is, because I'm already lost. You said Hebrew, I don't know what you're talking about now.
I'm going to make it if you give me a chance.
Right, go ahead, make
So you take a melanated person with brown, red tones. You see this, we see this clearly today, right? They have brown, they're melanated people, but they have red tones to their skin. But you also see people who we could consider to be white or whatever, and they lack melon, and they have red tones to their skin.
Okay.
Right? All right. So all of these, there's two separate types, but yet it's you follow what I'm saying? What
I don't follow because I'm trying to find out what Hebrew word addresses those two different types. Can you give me the Hebrew word that addresses two different types?
Yeah, Malik, his argument is this, that when it says red, it's talking about white people. I'm going to use modern language, Israel.
I get his argument.
And when it says white, it's talking about black people.
Yeah, I've been ignoring it in focus because I'm focusing on the Hebrew word. So if you're saying that there's two different types, show me the Hebrew word that addresses these two different types.
I'm telling you that we see this in the world today, but the definition.
I'm not asking about what you see in the world today. I'm asking you about the Hebrew.
I feel like we need to back up. Hold on. Yehuda. Hold on. Okay. Do you understand that there are original manuscripts? We have manuscripts that are very old that have Hebrew written on them. Are you with us so far?
Yes.
Okay, so then in the Hebrew, there is a word, Admonai. And it is, Esau is Admonai. David is Admonai. Are we all together? Okay, both Esau and David are Admonai. There's no light Admonai, dark Admonai, heifer-like Admonai. It's Admonai, right? So how are you arriving at two different conclusions when both say Admonai?
Because it does not break down the fact, because the people, like I said, who have the authorities over things.
Okay, let's try again. Hold on, Yehuda, hold on.
I'm breaking that down.
Hold on, let's try again. I'm gonna start over because I lost you somewhere. There are documents that have, hold on, Yehuda. There are documents that have Hebrew written on them, and that is how we get a translation of the Old Testament. Are you with me so far?
Listen, I'm with you. I understand all of that.
Wait, I want to figure out where I lost you. Hold on. Yehuda, I need you to wait. I need you to wait, okay? Because Malak is making an argument.
You're an admin, don't mean that you get to just mute me.
It does. Okay, Yehuda, I need to figure out where the breakdown is. So there are documents that are written in Hebrew that we get the Old Testament, the Tanakh, from. You are with it. The documents that we get it from say Admonai. We're on the same page so far. Okay, then you go into, hold on. Then you go into, Then you go into melanated something. You are just supposed to be talking to us about the word Admonai.
Listen, this is what they call semantical, and you want to what?
So, in pubs and, like.
Hey, John, how you doing? Just passing through, are you? Ask a Zionist. I'm a Zionist. And I feel proud posting this title. So it starts live. See who comes along. I'm gonna put a poll here.
I just remember one guy saying, "There's no way I can do this." And they pull him off. His head gets completely shot open 2 seconds later.
Yeah, some people were vaporized when they fell on a mine. The shore was mined.
you know what I read interesting? Talk about Judaism. There's a program. Apparently, at the time, dog tags had a cross or a Star of David. So many Jewish soldiers had a cross put on them because they knew about what the Germans were doing. And many Jewish soldiers had a cross above their grave. And in some cases, there were soldiers who didn't have any family members back home who corrected. And a couple of weeks ago, like 8 weeks ago, in Italy, Anzio, there was a ceremony to redo the cross with the Star of David. Because they did all the genealogy research. I told this to Elena, she loved it. And because he was, at some points, they just had a body with a dog tag, and they didn't, they couldn't get in touch with the family, so he's buried with a cross. And it stayed on top of him from 1944 till last couple weeks ago, 8 weeks ago, and then they redid it with Star of David. So there's a whole program to find soldiers.
Yakov, what's the difference between the cross and the Star of David?
Well, one is the Christian cross. Like if you look at the beach photos at above Omaha Beach, there's just row after row after row of crosses, and occasionally.
No, I'm saying symbolically. What is the meaning of the two symbols?
Well, one is the Magen David, the Star of David, and one is the cross that Jesus, was.
I know, but what do the symbols mean?
Oh, I'm not into symbology. I mean, other than, I can recognize one as, the cross that's on the top of every church or inside of a church, and if it's Roman Catholic, it has the body of Jesus on it. If it's Protestant,
John knows, so why don't you just tell us, John?
I think it's the phallus or energy, basically.
Okay. But I found it amazing that they knew enough of what the Germans were doing that they gave Jewish soldiers a cross on their dog tags. Because they were afraid if they got captured, they would end up in concentration camps.
Oh, Bibi, I wanted to ask you, what was your punchline to that joke you had yesterday where the rabbi or the guy praying, he made his food into powder so he didn't have to do any cooking, and he had, just that 30... So what was your punchline on that joke? I couldn't remember.
It wasn't a joke. It was a story. It wasn't a joke. But, so he ends up praying 24 hours a day, and then he calls up to the city where he was, living, and he dies, and everybody runs up and screams, "Oh my God, he's a tzaddik, he's such a saint, give him a kiss," and they're, kissing his clothing and this, that, and they're, saying, "What a man," So he's walking up to heaven, and before he gets to see God, there's the judge. And he's like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "What, you know who I am?" I know, word. He goes, "What are you talking about, man? I'm like the super Jew. I prayed 24 hours a day to Hashem. Did it for years. And I gave my life to God. So move aside." The guy goes, "Whoa, wait, you ain't going nowhere." He goes, "Didn't I just tell you what I did? I'm the super Jew." He goes, "You're the worst type of Jew." He's like, "What? How dare you?" He's like, "Buddy, you didn't spend your life raising a family, being tolerant to people, allowing people to ask you questions. You didn't teach anybody. All you did was put yourself in a room and excommunicated yourself from civilization. So you weren't there to help anybody." That was the story. So you came into the room yesterday and you're like, more Torah, this and that. That was a good job. You know what I mean? Or you could be in the room and say nothing. Did you hear what I said, John, or not?
Yakov, I actually just wanted to rewatch the beginning of Saving Private Ryan like early last week.
Yeah.
And in my head, I'm thinking, I'm like, this is what human beings did to each other 80 years ago. And you know, look at how brutal that looked. Imagine like 800 years ago, or 1,000 years ago, or 2,000 years ago. And like, I can't even imagine the type of shit that they were doing to each other. I mean, even look at, like, Vietnam was fucking brutal. Like, to equate, like, Israel's tactics to anything remotely resembling, like, the
Sammy, what are you talking about? It's all the same shit.
Yeah, I mean, it's fucking insane. I mean, it's like, this is what I mean. Like,
I mean, you do realize the You do realize the Hamas terrorists use booby traps like on all the buildings. I mean, you know how many?
Yeah, that's why they're being blown up from the air, not by guys running in underneath. Also, many of the buildings have tunnels with cameras so that they. Many IDs are just you step on them and then they blow up.
It's incredible.
You've got pretty sophisticated ones where they can look in and see that a soldier has come in and then blow them up. So.
Wow.
It's really quite another.
It's next level. So you just basically you gotta literally bulldoze it all and knock it all down because it's all just too dangerous.
Yeah, but you see, that's what I mean by when I say like these people are whitewashing what war is. I mean, like, this is just.
Who's whitewashing? Nobody talks about it, and you can see the videos, but I don't know. I mean, how much longer till they, you know, Benjamin said like 2 weeks ago at this point, you know, that he's going to destroy Hamas and take total control of Gaza. So if you take total control, I mean, geez Louise, I mean.
I don't know how this would be done, if it's even feasible or anything, but like, I would morally justify Israel annexing Gaza, to be honest.
But what about all the people? Are they going to like re-inhabit some of the inhabitable areas, or are they literally going to close it, shut it down, and move everybody out?
Well, I mean, like I said, I don't know like the logistics of what that would actually look like. I'm just saying, like, morally, like, you know, if they had to do it, I don't know how it'd be logistically done. I'm just saying, I would sanction that.
You know who probably knows how to do it? I'd be willing to bet that Lutvik down in the audience. If he came up here and he told us how to do it all, or how to, you know, fix everything and manage it, I bet you Lutvik would probably know how to take care of the situation.
I wouldn't be surprised.
How many rooms do you have open, John?
I got two Clubhouse rooms, 2 X rooms, 15 YouTube accounts, live streaming my beautiful Punam into the ether. The internet ether.
How would I search your rooms like on if I were looking for a specific room that you recorded on YouTube?
Yeah, good luck. There's 20,000 YouTube videos up, and there's 20,000 Instagram videos up, and there's 20,000 X posts. You know, like, there's so much stuff that I put out on these 30 phones that I work off of that good luck finding anything.
You're still at 30? I thought you'd be up to 60 by now.
No, I got 60. I'm only actively using 30 of them.
You need to be ever expanding. That's the name of, like, corporate, media companies are always expanding. Come on, John.
I know, but I have essentially found that there is like a limitation to how much one person can actually do, you know, without.
So hire somebody, you know.
Well, I'm not making any money, you know, listening to you talking about gravestones.
You need to find the graves market, and you could, you need to target advertising to those people.
You have like full recordings, like if I went to your YouTube page and I find like a full recording of like Amir's room, for example.
Having an online database by topic would be great, so that the output would be me a URL link to YouTube would be wonderful.
Yeah.
Oh, that I would pay money for.
How many people threatened to sue you already, bro?
Zero.
I don't know, a whole bunch of people.
Really?
For sure, bro.
Oh, dozens. I've been on this app for many years. You know how many times I've heard people telling me they're going to sue me, they're going to come to my house. I've heard every single thing in the book.
Complaint is zero.
I've had people call the police department on me. The police probably know me by name at this point in my area, but they look me up on YouTube and they go, "Yeah, this guy's live streaming himself having a conversation with people on the internet. He's pissing people off. He's running for Congress. Okay, he looks good on his YouTube live. We're not going to kick his door in. That's how I've saved myself from being swatted."
Or they don't have jurisdiction.
Oh, they got jurisdiction. It's called the Chicago Police Department.
Oh, they call the Chicago Police Department? They know where you are?
Yeah, Gagosian, that liberal, effeminate femboy on this app, he has called the police on me twice. He goes by misogynist now. He's no longer a goat.
What is that?
Goat.
I don't know, go.
Why is my whole way down to 10 rooms? What happened? Anyone else have problems?
Yeah, there's nothing in the hallway.
Literally, there's like 10 rooms. It's usually like hundreds. Now there's 10 rooms.
We started spreading love and awareness, and
Everyone's coming here?
we choked Clubhouse. Like,
I don't know what the hell. Like, does everyone else have 10 rooms?
People showing like hundreds.
Oh no, there's a lot actually. The hallway's totally full.
What's going on? I gotta shut down the app.
It goes on forever. Yeah, that's what it is.
I blame you, Jakob. Let's go.
I'll be right back. I see a room with, oh man, Palestinians are suffering too. Let me see who's in here.
Please don't tell me you're going to go to Louise's room.
I need to witness this. And Daniel, if we both leave, the room might be closed down.
What? No. I don't care. I'm just like in the background while I'm working. Tobias, where are you from?
From UK, man. Whereabouts are you from?
Yeah, I clocked on you from the UK. I mean, like, whereabouts? I'm not asking to be a person.
Yeah, well, I'm usually either based in Manchester or based in London.
Oh, okay. I'm
And yourself?
Warwickshire.
Nice.
Okay, so I wanted to ask the mods if I could read, let me see, read from the Tanya. Or from the Sefer.
I'm gonna come back. I wanted to see how
Sefer
he's
Avatar.
reacting.
Who was in that room earlier? He said he's a Zionist, but he's proud to put up that title.
Never mind. Actually, I can't find it. Echo.
room got boring, huh? Okay, I'll read from Tanya. If nobody's ever read Tanya, it's by the Alter Rebbe. Okay, Tobias, pick a number 1 through 50. Oh, he left us. Anybody in the audience, pick a number 1 through 50, and I'll read to you that number in the Tanya. I'm not going to read it unless somebody puts a number in there. So take your fat little fingers, click the chat button, and put a number 1 through 50. Go ahead. What number speaks to you? Is it number 10? Number 7? Number 21? Number 35? Number 40? Anyone? Joe, do you have a favorite number?
13.
You like 13? Okay, this is your number 13. It's called internal conflict. Do you know what internal conflict is? No? Internal conflict got your tongue? Okay, this is what it says. The in-betweener is judged by both inclinations, judged by them, not ruled by them. The in-betweener listens to the claims of both inclinations and judges between them. When a physical desire arises, the left side of your heart is aroused to pursue it. This is the voice of the inclination towards selfishness. Bring that passion into the right side of your heart, where your intellect responds with the voice of inclination towards selflessness. Most often, the two inclinations are in conflict, so lift the matter to God, who will strengthen the goodness of the right, as our sages teach. Without God's help, the evil inclination could not be overcome. These are the commentaries. The Yetzer for selfish evil. The Alter Rebbe deliberately misreads the text to argue that the Benoni, the in-betweener, judges between competing passions rather than is judged by them. Since everyone has both good and evil inclinations, there's no sense in being judged by them, but only by how you handle them. The in-betweener lifts the competition to God. This is what is meant by the teaching, I set before you life and death, blessing and curse. Therefore choose life, that you may live. If the word therefore is a command from God telling us which to choose, then there is in fact no choice at all. Choose life should not be read as a command, but rather as a consequence. Toira and Tanya are saying that if you clearly see that the right side speaks for life and the left side speaks for death, you will naturally choose life. The real choice is not between life and death, but between seeing and not seeing. What'd you think, Joe?
What are you reading this from?
It's a book called The Tanya by the Alter Rebbe. Okay, if you enjoyed that reading and you are an American, consider donating to the campaign to elect candidate Congressman John Kitover for the 16th District of Illinois.
Thank you for your service. Thank you.
Okay, I'm gonna play the prayers of Reb Nachman now. It might be kind of noisy, but these are the prayers. Oh, we could do the Shema. Let's do the Shema. Do you know the Shema? No?
Yes, I do.
This is the Yemenite version. Alright, we're gonna. This is the Sephardic version. Okay, this is a song called Poppy Roses.
My mom was diagnosed with severe dementia at 78. Today, at 82.
Somebody there? Hello?
stop driving at night because of vision problems? Try this simple ice hack with water before bed and wash your...
Yo, guys, this is bed. Please. Please stop. Guys, please stop. Would you mind turning that shit off? John, would you mind turning that shit off?
Have you ever heard of NRT? Wait, we're not doing ASMR for this. What if we were? And what?
business and everything we do. Our multi-skilled craftsmen will listen to you and solve your project just as you expect. We're easy to schedule to get your work done. Give us a try. We might just be the help ally you've been looking for. You'll find our craftsmen to be humble, kind, skilled, and qualified to complete 1,162 different home improvement projects. We listen to you and seem to understand exactly what you want. Hey, we get that you're busy. We schedule an exact time on a day that works for you.
that's exactly why I'm having, and you know, I'm not egotistical enough to think that I have one shred of hope of adding anything, but maybe this room is more for my psychological well-being than anything else, and you guys are just my counselors. But I feel like people who are good people and who, in most cases, have decent views, have been absolutely led astray by their addiction to Trump's version of reality. The Virginia Dufresne thing is a great example. Here's a woman who committed suicide, and nobody, because Donald Trump allowed Jeffrey Epstein to steal her from his employ. He didn't look after a young woman who was going to work for him. And so she probably trusted him. I remember being a teen and going to work for someone, and I wasn't a young woman, but if one of my daughters went to work for someone, I would think that they were going to have some effort to look after her. But this was a young woman who had no family to look after her. And so we have these people who argue vehemently that we believe in family values, and yet they don't care that women and girls have been abused, and they're not willing to hold their leader accountable. I agree that my title here is inflammatory, and I have made some mistakes in being inflammatory with respect to some of the titles I put up, but I don't know what to do with my family who defend something so indefensible. That's the problem. So Andrew, I like your point, and I'm not a deep history of post World War II Germany, but my understanding is from the reports that I've heard that many Germans could not accept the reality of what Hitler had done. They wanted to deny the reality of it. And that's consistent. You know, there's another area where maybe is interesting. If you read the book about the Donner Party, they were unaware because of they've been boiled so badly in their terrible situation of how crazy it was to be cannibals. You look at as I say, the slavery situation. People become irrational, and you know, Elle and you make a good point that people are just putting their heads down and trying to survive. It's a fair point, but at what point do you say, wake up, people? This is, you know, maybe your survival matters, but maybe something else matters even more. I care about the children taken from you, the Ukrainians, because I have children, and I can't imagine my children or grandchildren being taken, and the president of the country that I live in, that I pay my taxes in, laughs it off. Now people will argue he didn't laugh it off. Well, you know, how many things can you argue about that he didn't do this, he didn't do that, he didn't? At some point, do Republicans take any responsibility? And this is why, if my title is inflammatory, I recognize it. But the man did have 34 felonies. And people will say, oh, well, you know, you can't trust it. It was politicized and so forth. At what point do we hold